Let's begin. If you are a fan of Umar Johnson content, we got a buffet for you today. The first video of two that I will be posting, we have a young lady and she's going to explain her experience with Dr. Umar Johnson. Also, I'm going to make this video kind of to lay a foundation. We do have a breaking news story, which will be part two. Dr. Umar's long lost daughter has come out and exposed him on TikTok, and I will be reviewing that video in part two. But let's get into this clip right now.
I've known Dr. Umar for 3 years. I met him when I was 24 years old. And this is a recent picture. We just met in June of last year. And we did discuss his children.
This video was posted today. I will leave the link in the description for her TikTok.
Along with a few other things. We met up at Brandywine Diner on Concord Pike last year. And because he wanted to take me out to lunch, and I kind of wanted to talk about just have a conversation with him regarding black content creators on TikTok and social media. So while we're talking, we talk about religion, we talk about racism in America, we talk about secret societies, because that was really my peak of interest. So we first started off by talking about why he was in Wilmington again. He's always going to his school in Wilmington, Delaware, because number one, he's being audited by the IRS a lot. When I first met him in 2022, he literally told me he was there because his accountant was caught stealing funds from the school. They were receiving donations for the school, and he was saying that his accountant was stealing money.
That's one of the lies propagated by Umar Johnson, that his accountant was stealing funds. That's just because when he was getting audited by the IRS, he wasn't really able to account for these monies. So that was one of the many lies he threw out there.
So he had to fire that accountant, and the IRS was asking for proof, like where the money went. So he started commuting from Philadelphia to Wilmington, Delaware frequently, just so he could be at the school in case anybody shows up and asks why the school's not done, or where the kids are at, or what's going on. So when I met up with him last year, he was just coming back from the school when we had lunch. I guess the IRS is still asking him about the school, because it's not done. Like, he's receiving money, donations, but there's no progress with the school. If you were to go up right now to the school, like, there's wooded boards on the doors, on the windows, there's weeds, graffiti on.
Again, like I've been telling you for some time now, this school is never going to open. It's a long con. He's going to continue to draw this out and milk money from his donors. Well, it's cult-like following at this point, because anyone that's still donating to this man is absolutely insane. Um, it's a scam. There's no school. There never will be no school. Yeah.
Some of the buildings, like, it's not in proper condition. There's no AC, there's no heating, there's nothing. Like, it's not, the school's not ready. When we were talking at the table, I started asking him a lot of private questions, like, were you married? Do you have any kids? He was telling me, yes, I have 2 daughters. One of them is a teenager, and the other one is maybe 7 years old at the time. So the child is probably 9 years old. So he was saying to me that the mother of those girls, or the mother of, I don't know if it's 2 separate women or just one woman, the woman or the women,
It's 2 separate women,
are taking him to court for child support because he's not an active dad. He's not in their life, and he told me that as well. He doesn't visit them as much as he should. However, he visits his mom a lot, and she's in Philly. So I just was confused. I was like, how are you talking about being a pillar and how black men are so needed in families today, but you're not even an active dad?
you got to understand something. Umar is an actor. This online persona, this Mr. Pro Black, Snow Bunnies Never, Black Queens Forever, that's all this Pan African act. That's all a part of this sales job. Again, like I said, in real life, Umar, as you can see here, is a totally different individual. Number one, the reason why he lives with his mother is because he's homeless. And he pretends to be her caretaker, which really doesn't make any sense, because if you look at his Instagram, he's always in a different state every other weekend. Secondly, I've been saying this for years before I even came to YouTube. How can you expect a man to save black boys, and he can't even save his own children. I mean, it's just common sense. I mean, that right there should tell you everything you need to know about Umar Johnson.
He was not an active father. He said it. He confirmed it. I can back this young lady up. He did say that he was not going to be there. And on top of that, he was saying that he would like to, in the future, every 2 weeks out of the month, go to Ghana. He practices Ifa, which is African spirituality. And we were talking about that for a while because I'm kind of versed in it as well. And so when we were talking, I was asking him, I was like, so you never got married? He said, oh no, I never got married to any of those women. But he dated a lot. And I could tell that he was a playboy because he was very, very flirtatious. Very. And also I noticed too, his personality is much different in person than it is online. I'm not sure if it's because I'm a woman or something like that, but he's not as animated. He seems more hyped up when he's like on a podcast or online, really engaging. He was not.
You got to understand, Umar is cosplaying. This is cosplay. When you see him on the internet being overly animated, being this Mr. Pro Black, it's an act. This is cosplay, ladies and gentlemen. Cosplay.
As engaging in person. And I felt like that was interesting. I was having to ask him questions. He didn't really ask me questions. It's almost like we had lunch just for me to ask him questions. And I didn't really like that because it was supposed to be a back and forth discussion. And so we were talking about a variety of topics. He is extremely flirtatious. And that was the last time I met up with him, and probably the last time, because it was very aggressive because I'm in a relationship. And when I had met up with him last year, I told my partner, like, I'm going to go have lunch with Dr. Umar. He was like, what the fuck? So he was like, yeah, go have lunch and come back and let me know how it goes. But y'all, before I go back to seeing my boyfriend, on my life, when we left, I gave him a hug. He was like,
Brace yourselves.
He said, the women got to have booty. And I was like, what? He said, you got to have booty. If I'm talking to you, you got to have booty. Can you cook? I was like, yeah, I can cook. He was like, good. Good. So you can cook and you got booty. And he was backing up from me. He said, He said, business before backshots. Business before backshots. I wish I was kidding. I wish I was kidding. And mind you, I'm in a fucking relationship.
This dude is always over sexualizing women. Everything is about sex. You gotta understand, this is all Umar really cares about. Being lazy and collecting donations from FDMG so he doesn't have to work and he can live off the people, and traveling around the world and having sexual relations with various women. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Umar has way more children that we don't even know of. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
So I was like, what do you mean business before backshots, nigga? Like, what? So he's laughing to himself and he goes back to his car because he was going to go back to Philly to go take care of his mom. And I was like, I can't see this fool again. Because what do you mean business before backshots? No backshots are being given. What? Because business before backshots, whose back are you shooting? Because it's not mine. The fuck? So extremely flirtatious. Very much so. I remember asking him too, like, are you and Suki Hana like a thing? Because I know she's from Delaware too. I was like, do y'all, are y'all fucking? I was asking him too. I was like, are you and Suki like a thing? Like you, because I know she from Delaware too. I'm like, are y'all fucking? Like, and he was like, no, we're friends. That's my girl. You know, she got her own restaurant in downtown Wilmington somewhere. Sure. When you say to me, business before backshots, and you and Suki are just friends, highly doubt it, because you got a big booty too. Anyway, I say all this to say, this young lady is telling the truth. He is a deadbeat father, extreme hypocrite, and huge flirt. This is not the black man you think he is. He's loyal. He got a wife at home. He take care of his kids. He's not that type of black man. He is, he spreads his seed. He told me he only got 2 kids. I feel like it's more. He's not visiting his children. He's not paying child support. And these things came out of his own fucking mouth. Okay? So I believe this young lady, and I just had to wait.
There you have it from a woman who've had multiple personal encounters one-on-one with Dr. Umar. She's essentially letting you know on camera, he's a totally different person, super animated. Essentially, this guy's a fraud. I mean, anyone that's been following my videos, you shouldn't be surprised that this guy's full of shit. Again, he super over sexualizes women all the time. And again, I just want to really do this video because she gave some good insight into the mind of Umar Johnson and how he is on a one-on-one setting. And she also touched on Umar's child or daughter that we're going to be following up in part two. She has come out. She made a video yesterday, basically saying she's been trying to reach out to Umar. She tried to, get in contact with him. He's kind of been curving her. And it also has been confirmed just like 15 minutes ago. I seen a post with Umar acknowledging her. She was actually in his comment section. He deleted the comments. Again, we will, as soon as I finish this video, I'm going to be working on part two. Again, just want to lay the foundation. Hang tight. We got a lot of information coming out today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Again, like I said, part two coming soon.